All right, Psychobilly, I am live, Pitside, day 2 of the Slocum 50. We're now a 2-day event here, aren't we, Ryan?
Yeah, it's pretty nice to be able to enjoy a night out with everybody at the track, everybody at the I-34. Very nice people, and they're just very welcoming to all the race teams that come in. So it's kind of nice to have a 2-day event here.
Yeah, definitely a lot of talent here this weekend. Want to chat with you. You're a former winner of this. 2015 is the year.
Yeah.
Does that seem like yesterday or ages ago?
Not really. It seems like ages ago. Wish we could, maybe pull that same thing off tonight. We got a new Indy custom race car, and it's been pretty sporty the last couple nights out. And I felt decent last night. We probably cracked the top 5, but the teams really need, or my team really needs a good win like that. Like it was back in 15. It was really a morale for the whole team.
Definitely give you a big moral boost.
Yeah, it gets you into the rest of the season. Like, hey, let's go. Just get you going and keep you going.
That track was a little treacherous last night. I was like getting flood warnings on my phone. I live here in Burlington. Must have been earlier in the week. Must have been like around Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah,
a lot of rain, flood warnings.
I've seen some of the pictures that people had posted. The pits of the track and just how flooded it was. So I was very surprised that we were here this weekend, but it must drain off well. Brad had told me before, even last year, he has a problem going into turn 3. There's a tile over there that he can't get fixed. So it's not nothing that they're doing, track prep wise.
Just a little underground spring or whatever.
Yeah, it's just a tile, I guess, that's under there that's broke maybe, and he's fighting that issue. So, but they were out there last night with the graders, and
fair amount of sunshine today too.
Yeah,
probably helped.
Sunshine and wind, and they were out again this morning with the graders. So they get an A for effort on that.
Hey, do you have any story you can tell me about that win back in 2015?
Well, we had been coming just a few years to the Slocum, and it's kind of, when you show up to these events, with all these good cars here, you never know how your night's going to go. You could have the best hot rod in the business, and just get your butt handed to you, and we really didn't run good at I-34 in the past, and the 2014 we had a good finish, and I was like, hey man, I kind of like this track now. You kind of figure it out anyway. And we just had a good car that night, and we was tracking on Billy's back bumper pretty well the whole race. And I kept working him underneath. I just never had the good momentum. And then coming out of 2, it was for the checker flag. I'm like, I got to go around him. I can't just keep following him and get second. So something popped into my brain, and going down the backstretch, let's just try the top for once. And I went up and went around him on the outside, and that thing stuck, and I just zoomed right past him for the win. So at that time, it was a pretty big win for our team. But the Slocum Foundation, I didn't really know a whole lot about it. So afterwards, with all the fans and all the Slocum, just the hype of passing Billy Moyer on the last lap, I guess. Nobody around here knew much of me or knew of me at all. So it was just a fun night. We planned on driving home that night.
Right.
We ended up staying, having some beers. Then they took us over to their camp spot, and they fed us. Just some great people to hang around with.
Yeah, one of our race coverage sponsors for this whole week is ROEDERER'S Pit Stop, and I believe they had your hood there.
They could
at the bar for a couple of years.
I think that
your hood or door panel or something.
Yeah, there was a door panel or something that I can remember giving them.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool, but ever since then, the people are very welcoming. They still talk about it. Oh man, it's the best one ever. Blah blah blah. But it's just good to be a part of it.
You're a very good spokesperson too. As a past winner.
Yeah, we try. They just, it's something that means good to them, or means, very, it's deep in their hearts, I guess, would you say.
Especially with Brent, dying here in the pit area in that freak accident.
Right here. I was told that night I was parked might have been this spot or the one next to me.
Right in his former stall.
It was in his previous stall. So finding that out after the race was like, pretty cool. But another story on that night, we were so happy. We were welcoming everybody in, and we had kids in the hauler. And people had never been in the pits, they just come to the Slocum Foundation to support it.
Exactly.
And I think when we left the pits to go out to that campsite, we probably had 25 or 30 people ride, like the Slocum Foundation people, ride in the hauler out to the parking lot there.
How cool is that?
Yeah, so it's really cool. And then there was a bunch of kids. They wanted to sit up in the front seat, so I let them sit up in the front seat and basically really drive the hauler, out to the party where it was at. So it was just cool to be able to get back to a few of those people.
Well, last night was just a prelude, 5,000 win, but tonight's the night. I know you got a lot of work to do. There's one last question I got to ask you. There's this little deal there inside your number.
Yeah,
a gremlin.
That's the gremlin. He's been
there's got to be a story surrounding that.
We've been floating around for a few years now. Back in Florida, when we used to go down to Florida, and we showed up one for the week of Volusia. I think it was 2011 or 12.
That was the big Florida Speed Weeks?
That was the Florida Speed Weeks, yeah. And we brought a brand new car. It was a massive build back then. And first night, running decent, but we had some problems. It kept stumbling and missing, and we're changing all the wiring. We're changing everything that we could possibly change. And that basically led all through the week. We were able to get like in one heat race, and then the thing would start acting up, and then we'd be able to qualify the next night, and it would start acting up. So we had a terrible week. We didn't make any shows, and about midweek, the announcer, I think it might have been Rick Eshelman, was announcing, and he had just said that Ryan was having some gremlins on his car, and or in it or on it or whatever, and it just kind of stuck from there. And some of the kids like it, so he pops around the car every once in a while. We're at different spots, so it's pretty cool to have a little mascot, I guess, for the kids mainly.
That's awesome, Ryan. Appreciate you sharing those stories with us. I'm gonna let you get back to work.
All right.
Big night tonight. Looking for your second win here at the Slocum. We wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, we had a great car last night, really. It was pretty sporty, and the feature almost cracked the top 5, but I think we got something for him tonight.
Awesome, Ryan.
All right.
Ryan Unzicker, number 24.